amongst us, Justice Koteshwar Singh, the Supreme Court of India, who happens to be our alumnus. We are joined by Justice Ravindra Bhatt, former Supreme Court judge, as the president of the Alumni Association.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, respected members of the judiciary, distinguished guests, esteemed faculty, proud alumni from across the nation and beyond, and dear students, नमस्कार। आज का ये समारोह सिर्फ एक कार्यक्रम नहीं, ये गौरव का अवसर है, ये परंपरा का उत्सव है। This evening is not merely an event in the calendar of the University of Delhi. It is a historic moment, a moment of return, a moment of recognition, a moment of renewal. For the first time in a 100-year illustrious journey of the Faculty of Law, University of Delhi, we stand to witness the formal establishment of its Alumni Association. 104 वर्षों की ये यात्रा संघर्ष, सफलता और समर्पण की यात्रा रही है. For over a century, this faculty has shaped minds that went on to shape our great nation. For these corridors, judges of the Supreme Court, High Courts, distinguished members of the bar, civil servants who uphold governance, members of parliament who craft legislations, academicians who shape legal thought, corporate leaders, policy architects, public prosecutors, and countless advocates who devote their life to justice and fight for it every single day. यहीं से निकले हुए लोग, जिन लोगों ने संविधान को समझा, समझाया और संरक्षित किया. Some have interpreted the constitution, some have administered it, some have defended it, and all have carried its spirit. The Faculty of Law has never been merely a space of lectures and examinations. Just not that, it has been a platform for intellectual courage, where ideas clashed, clarity emerged. A crucible where arguments were sharpened and convictions were tested. A community where friendships were forged and futures quietly took shape. ये सिर्फ एक शिक्षण संस्थान नहीं रहा, ये एक परिवार बन चुका, एक ऐसा परिवार जहां विचारों की आजादी और मर्यादा दोनों का सम्मान हुआ. As Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the founding father of our constitution, once reminded us, law and order are the medicine of the body politic. And tonight we celebrate those who have carried that very medicine into courtrooms, into ministries, into classrooms, and into the very bloodstream of our great motherland and republic. आज हम सिर्फ एक एलुमनाई एसोसिएशन का उद्घाटन नहीं करने जा रहे हैं, हम एक रिश्ते को संरचना देने जा रहे हैं, हम एक पहचान को अस्तित्व देने जा रहे हैं, हम एक विरासत को संस्था का रूप देने जा रहे हैं. Today we gather not merely to inaugurate the Alumni Association of the Faculty of Law, we gather to give it structure, give structure to the bond that has always existed. We gather to institutionalize belonging. We gather to affirm that once one belongs to the Faculty of Law, University of Delhi, that bond endures for life. ये सिर्फ एक आरंभ नहीं, ये एक संकल्प है, एक प्रतिज्ञा कि हमारा संबंध समय से परे है. And as we mark this historic milestone of the 104-year journey of Faculty of Law, University of Delhi, it is not only fitting that we begin in the most timeless way that our civilization has taught us, with light. Because before institutions are built, before constitutions are written, before judgments are delivered, there must first be illumination. May I now request our esteemed dignitaries to kindly come forward for the lighting of the lamp and grace this ceremony with their presence.
शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म
signifies knowledge. Light signifies continuity. Light signifies hope. As the flame rises steadily, may it symbolize the enduring spirit of this faculty, unwavering in its pursuit of justice, luminous in its commitment to truth, and steadfast in its service to the great republic. May this sacred light remind us that while generations may change, the flame of legacy remains eternal. Every great university possesses a voice that transcends time, a voice that binds generations into a shared legacy. For over a century, the University of Delhi has nurtured minds and shaped character. Its Kulgeet stands as solemn affirmation of its guiding ideals, Nishtha, Dhriti, and Satyam. This is not merely a ceremonial tradition, it is a reminder that we belong to an institution larger than ourselves, one that has endured, evolved, and excelled for more than 100 years. आज जब हम इस गौरवमय अवसर पर एकत्र हुए हैं, ये कुल गीत हमें याद दिलाता है कि हम सब इस विरासत के ही वाहक हैं. May I now request everyone to kindly rise for the full Geet of the University of Delhi.
जयति जय जय जयति जय जय ज्ञान का लोक अनुपम
श्रेष्ठ सुंदर दिव्य दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय विहंगम
जयति जय जय जयति जय जय ज्ञान का लोक अनुपम सकल वसुधा निज कुटुंब की भावना संस्कृति सनातन आधुनिक शिक्षा पुरातन ज्ञान धाराओं का संगम
देश की स्वाधीनता हित भूमि का शतकोटि वंदन
निष्ठा धृति सत्यम के मंगल दिव्य भावों का समागम
जयति जय जय जयति जय जय ज्ञान का आलोक अनुपम
भव्य महाविद्यालयों के परिसरों से चिर सुशोभित श्रेष्ठ गुरुजन कर रहे नित छात्र और छात्राएं दीक्षित
सदचरित्राचार पावन साधना संकल्प संयम
नवल वैश्विक चेतना नव क्रांति संस्कारों का उद्गम जयति जय जय जयति जय जय ज्ञान का लोक अनुपम
श्रेष्ठ सुंदर दिव्य दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय विहंगम
जयति जय जय जयति जय जय ज्ञान का लोक अनुपम
ज्ञान का आलोक अनुपम
ज्ञान का लोक अनुपम
ज्ञान का आलोक अनुपम
This historic evening is illuminated by the presence of extraordinary individuals, eminent jurists who have interpreted the Constitution, distinguished academicians who have shaped legal thought, respected public leaders who have strengthened the democratic institutions, and proud alumni whose journeys embody excellence in its finest form. Each one of you represents a chapter in the living history of the Faculty of Law. आप सब इस संस्थान की गौरवमय परंपरा के जीवंत प्रतिनिधि हैं. It is now our profound honor and privilege to felicitate our esteemed guests as a humble token of our respect and gratitude. May I now invite the Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University of Delhi and the Patron in Chief of the Alumni Association, Professor Dr. Yogesh Singh Sir, to kindly come forward and felicitate Honorable Justice N. Koteshwar Singh Sir with a token of our appreciation. On this historic evening, as we formally establish the Alumni Association after 104 years, we value Sir's presence deeply. His journey reflects the enduring strength of the Faculty of Law, and it is a matter of pride for the institution to recognize them today. Now, I would like to request the Honorable Head and Dean Law Faculty and the patron of the Alumni Association of the Law Faculty, Professor Dr. Anju Bali Tiku Ma'am, to kindly come and felicitate the Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University of Delhi and the Patron in Chief of the Alumni Association, Professor Dr. Yogesh Singh Sir. We sincerely appreciate his presence and the constant support that he has provided us and to celebrate the significant milestone in our institutional history. May I now invite Professor in charge of the Campus Law Center, Dr. Gunjan Gupta Ma'am, to kindly come on stage and felicitate the President of the Alumni Association, Honorable former Justice S. Ravindra Bhatt Sir. Honorable former Justice S. Ravindra Bhatt Sir's presence in this evening adds meaning to this occasion, and we are grateful that they have joined us to give formal shape to a bond that has existed for generations within a faculty of law. Thank you, sir. I now call upon the Professor in charge of Law Center 2, Professor Dr. Anupam Jha Sir, to kindly come on stage and felicitate the Senior Vice President of the Alumni Association, Shri Sanjay Jain Sir. As we mark more than a century of this faculty's journey, it is fitting that we acknowledge those who carry its name and values into diverse fields of service. We appreciate Sir's presence and in this celebration of the new chapter of the Faculty of Law. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. May I now invite the Director of the Integrated Law course, Professor Dr. Pushp Kumar Sir, to kindly felicitate the Vice President of the Alumni Association, Shri Siddharth Dutraji. As the Vice President of the Alumni Association, his presence brings immense strength and credibility to this institution building effort of ours. Thank you for joining us, sir. Now I would like to invite the Treasurer of the Alumni Association, Shri Jitender Singh Mittal, sir, to come on stage and felicitate the Secretary of the Alumni Association, Shri Abhay Kumar ji. As the Alumni Association takes formal shape for the first time in its 104-year history, we acknowledge and with gratitude their presence and distinction that they brought to this gathering. Thank you for joining us, sir. May I now invite Assistant Professor Mao Toshi, sir, who is also the Joint Secretary of the Alumni Association of the Law Faculty, to kindly come on stage and felicitate the Honorable Registrar of the University of Delhi, Shri P.C. Joshi, sir. Apologies. I request Mahatoshi sir to come on stage and felicitate Shri Vikas Gupta sir, the Registrar of the University of Delhi. His presence is greatly appreciated by us, and thank you so much for joining us, sir. May I now invite Professor Dr. Alok Sharma, ma'am, to come on stage and felicitate the Honorable Head and Dean of the Law Faculty and our patron of the Alumni Association, Anju Wali Tiku, ma'am. Ma'am's presence reinforces the connection between past and present, between classrooms and professional life, and we value the example that ma'am sets for all of us students and the young alumni present here with us. Thank you for joining us. As these gestures are offered, they symbolize more than just mere appreciation. They reflect the gratitude of an institution toward those who have carried its name with distinction. They reflect the pride of students who see them as living examples of what this faculty makes possible. Your presence here today does more than dignify the stage. It reaffirms the strength of our legacy and strengthens the bridge between heritage and aspiration. Thank you so much for joining us. No institution sustains itself for over a century without steady leadership, clarity of purpose, and an unwavering commitment to values. The Faculty of Law has stood tall for over a century, adapting with time, yet remaining rooted in its principles. And at the heart of this momentous milestone stands a leader whose guidance has strengthened both its academic vision and institutional spirit. It is now my privilege to invite the head and dean of the law faculty, Professor Dr. Anju Waliti ma'am, and who's also the patron of the Alumni Association. Under her leadership, the faculty has not only preserved its legacy, but has also opened up new avenues of growth, dialogue, and engagement. Ma'am, your commitment to this faculty goes beyond admiration. It reflects stewardship of values, tradition, and academic excellence. Ma'am, I request you to kindly deliver.
थैंक यू अभिनंदन। यहाँ पे इस हॉल में जितने भी सदस्य हैं सबका हार्दिक अभिनंदन। नमस्कार, गुड इवनिंग, खुशामदीद। I just am at a loss of words to express my emotions at this point of time. Realizing that this is a moment in history that would be carried on by all of us together, for which we had been thinking and planning at various points of time. Before I convey my emotions, the protocol demands that I need to first welcome our chief guest, जस्टिस कोटेश्वर सिंह। इनसे जब पहली बार मुलाकात हुई थी ना, तो हमने इनको लॉ सेंटर 1 में एक प्रोग्राम में बुलाया था, और उसके बाद जिस तरह अंतरंग तरीके से बैठकर प्रोग्राम के बाद बात कर रहे थे और अपना समय याद कर रहे थे, तो लगा कोई तो है जो अपनत्व से मिलता है, बैठता है, बात करता है, who is engaging, doesn't have an aura around him. So thank you very much that you readily agreed and carried on your promise, and we see you amongst us. And he happens to be an alumnus from Faculty of Law. So, सर हम बार बार कहते हैं कि हमारे सुप्रीम कोर्ट में हमारे चीफ जस्टिस भी रहे यहाँ से 6, और अभी भी फिलहाल आप देखेंगे हमारे बीच में we have got Justice Ravindra Bhatt also, who is the president of the Alumni Association, again retired from the Supreme Court of India. So we have an illustrious legacy, And that's where I was impressing upon you that we need to encash that for not only the internships and placements, but for NAC ranking too, which is mandatory now. At the same time, we need to be the bridge between the practicing advocates, people in the field, ministries, and the students who are aspiring to get into different fields. So thank you very much, Justice Ravindra Bhatt, for readily agreeing to preside over and be the president and take up the responsibility. And let me tell you that it has been a very crucial point in time today that in the morning also he had thought that he would call it off, won't be able to make it for some personal reasons. But then commitment हो तो फिर मैं किसी की बात छोड़ नहीं सकता. So thank you very much for carrying that through. And then he was there for the meeting also. Thank you very much, sir, on a busy day that you took out that much of time and stayed with us. We welcome you on board और आपको बार बार दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी फैकल्टी ऑफ लॉ की वो गलियां और वो कैंटीन और वो विजडम ट्री याद दिलाते रहेंगे जिससे आपका आना बरकरार रहे. We also have on board सीनियर वाइस प्रेसिडेंट संजय जैन जी. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, हार्दिक धन्यवाद. फॉर्मर एएसजी, अब इनकी लिस्ट में प्रोफाइल बताऊं तो वो तो मुनासिब नहीं है और छोटे मुंह बड़ी बात हो जाएगी. तो मैं सिर्फ इतना ही कहूँ कि आपका हार्दिक स्वागत है, अभिनंदन है कि आप हमारे साथ हैं, हमारे बीच हैं और आप इस एलुमनाई एसोसिएशन को आगे ले जाना चाहते हैं. We also have amongst us senior advocate Siddharth Lusa, again former ASG, and the fact that I can bank upon him and call him at any point of time, or he would call me whenever there is some requirement. Thank you very much, Siddharth, for being that not only the springboard, but also the pitching bag at some point of time that we are able to carry it forward. We have amongst us the secretary of the Alumni Association, our own alumnus and IRS of 2004 batch, Shri Abhay Kumar, and जितना कम कहो उतना बेहतर होगा. सारा माल पता मसाले सब वहीं से आएगी. See, he is into GST and all. So thank you very much taking up that onerous responsibility, and we look forward to getting lot many things solved and resolved at the ministerial level as well. Thank you very much for being on board. And without saying much, this day we would not have been able to see if we did not get the NOC from the registrar of the University of Delhi, Shri Dr. Vikas Gupta ji. Thank you very much, Vikas ji. नाम आपका विकास है, डेवलपमेंट की बात हम करते हैं और बहुत कुछ करेंगे आगे आपके सहयोग से. Thank you very much for sparing your time. I'll be failing in my duty if I do not recognize the presence of our judges from sitting judges from different high courts. I'm extremely sorry that time constraint I'll not be able to name them, but yes, we have got participation from Odisha, from Karnataka, from Patna, from Allahabad, from Calcutta, and they are all there. And I find our seniors, Kailash is also there, 1975 batch as out. And I do see my compatriots, my batchmates around, senior advocates. I do see Rakesh Bunjalji also. Thank you very much for joining us here. And there are office bearers of the Bar Council at different levels. We do have amongst us Professor Rajni Abi, Director South Campus, again an alumnus of Faculty of Law, former mayor. Thank you very much for joining us. हमारी तो जिम्मेवारी हमें इसे आगे ले जाना है. I also see Ratnabali Aarambh, Dean Academics now, again an alumnus of Faculty of Law, Professor in charges and the Director of the 4 law centers, professors and people in the academics who are managing different institutions. We do have amongst us Professor Rampuja, Director, ILI. Please excuse me if I happen to miss out anybody because time is of constraint and there is a long list of the speakers. I welcome you all, and for sure, it is for the students, aspiring students. We have tried to make this beginning with an intent to give you the opportunities to bring across you the placements, internships, and various skills that you can marshal before you get into different streams of law. Thank you very much for joining us, and we look forward to a continuous collaboration. We do have vice chancellors also amongst us, and I do see Anand Mishra also there from OP Global General. Thank you very much, Murari ji. Thank you very much for being there, and I welcome you all. And it will not be possible for any association with handful of executive members to make it meaningful and successful. I invite you all to join our hands, strengthen us so that we are able to do something meaningful. Thank you very much at this juncture. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for those thoughtful and inspiring words. And as you were welcoming all the guests, you reminded us that alumni engagement is not merely an initiative, it's a continuation of a responsibility, a reaffirmation of belonging, and a commitment of strengthening the bonds that define this institution. Ma'am, your leadership has given structure to this legacy and direction to this new chapter of the faculty's journey. Thank you so much, ma'am. A university of great standing is not defined merely by its history. It is defined by the vision with which it moves forward. The University of Delhi, under the leadership of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Yogesh Singh Sir, has continued to evolve as a dynamic academic ecosystem, strengthening research, expanding academic initiatives, and encouraging innovation while reinforcing the institutional excellence in all the evolving disciplines. His stewardship reflects clarity, that of purpose, and a deep commitment to ensuring that our university remains not just nationally respected but globally acclaimed. An alumni association of this scale and significance requires not just enthusiasm but institutional support at the highest level. And today's announcement carries precisely that very authority. It's now my great privilege to invite on stage Professor Dr. Yogesh Singh Sir, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University of Delhi and the Patron in Chief of the Alumni Association, to make the formal announcement and address this distinguished gathering. Sir, may I request you to kindly address us?
Good afternoon, Namaskar. Honorable Justice Koteshwar Singh, Judge Supreme Court of India and Chief Guest of today's function, Shri Abhay Kumar, Secretary, Alumni Association, Faculty of Law, Justice Shripati Ravindra Bhatt, President, Alumni Association, Faculty of Law, Sanjay Jainji, Senior Vice President, Alumni Association, Faculty of Law, Shri Siddharth Luthra, Vice President, Alumni Association, Dynamic and Energetic Dean, Faculty of Law, Professor Anju Bali Tikku, बजाना बनता है तालियां उनके लिए। Dr. Vikas Gupta, Registrar, University of Delhi, Professor Rajni Abhi, Director, University of Delhi South Campus, आदरणीय विजय गोयल जी, मैडम नुपुर झा, डीन एकेडमिक अफेयर्स प्रोफेसर रत्नावली, प्रोफेसर गुंजन गुप्ता, प्रोफेसर अनुपम झा, और अभी हमने एक विश्वविद्यालय का गीत गाया और उस गीत को लिखने वाले गजेंद्र सोलंकी जी भी आज यहाँ पर बैठे हुए हैं। गजेंद्र जी, आपका भी बहुत बहुत स्वागत है, जिन्होंने अच्छे गीत की रचना की। जयति जय जय, जयति जय जय। Honorable judges of the various high courts, senior advocates, deans, faculty members, distinguished and outstanding alumni, and my dear students. Good evening to all of you. First of all, I am very happy to be here to see so many persons related to law. So many persons. I was not expecting so many persons. So I would like to congratulate the Faculty of Law for this initiative, and I would like to welcome all of you, those who are here, for this Alumni Association program. So congratulations for the establishment of Alumni Association of Faculty of Law, named as Aarambh. Congratulations to all of you. Faculty of Law has an outstanding and accomplished journey of 102 years. Whenever we say the Faculty of Law means what? What comes in our mind? I say what comes in my mind? Scholarship, performance, proud alumni, judges of Supreme Courts, High Courts, praiseworthy advocates, and bright and gifted minds of our country and students of law. What a spectacular performance of more than 100 years of excellence. Congratulations to all of you. Over the last century, our alumni have done extremely well. They have shaped the Supreme Courts and High Courts, Supreme Court and High Courts, the legislature and executives, the bureaucracy and diplomacy, scholars and researchers, teachers and students, the corporate world and civil society. Our alumni have shaped the very ideas of justice, responsibilities, rights, and rule of law in our country. They have strengthened the foundation of democracy of our country. Congratulations again for the same. किसी ने ना मुझे कहा कि लॉ में बोल रहे हो थोड़ा सावधानी से बोलना, क्योंकि यहाँ सब लॉ के लोग हैं और लॉ ऐसा डिसिप्लिन है और ऐसे लोग हैं जिनसे पुलिस भी डरती है, और पुलिस किसी से नहीं डरती, केवल आप लोगों से डरती है। बहुत बड़ी बात है, क्योंकि डेमोक्रेसी में हर एक को किसी ना किसी से डरना चाहिए, तो कम से कम यह है कि पुलिस आपसे डरती है। मैं एक घटना सुनाऊंगा, उसके बाद वापस इस सब्जेक्ट पे आता हूँ। जब भी मैं देखता हूँ इतने सारे लोगों को जो लॉ से संबंधित है, कि एक बार मैं जा रहा था, मेरी गाड़ी फ्लाईओवर से थोड़ा फिसल गई, तो सामने एक और कार से उससे मैं टकरा गया, गाड़ी टकरा गई। उसके इम्पैक्ट में पीछे वाले एक गाड़ी और मेरे से टकरा गई। तो उस सामने वाली गाड़ी से एक लड़की निकलती है और उसने कहा आपने मेरी गाड़ी तोड़ दी, आपकी गलती है, आपको पे करना पड़ेगा। बहुत गुस्से में थी, तो मैंने कहा कोई बात नहीं बेटा, ये अभी तो गाड़ी साइड पे लगाते हैं, नहीं तो ट्रैफिक जाम हो जाएगा सारा। उसने कहा नहीं नहीं, पहले प्रॉमिस करो। तो मैंने कहा ठीक है, आगे आगे चलते हैं। उसने कहा नहीं नहीं, मैं लॉयर हूँ, आपको कोर्ट में देख लूंगी। मैंने कहा देख लेना, लेकिन अभी तो साइड पे करते हैं ना गाड़ी। मैं उसको लेकर गया, साइड पे गाड़ी लगी, और उसके पीछे जो गाड़ी थी, उसमें जिससे मेरी गाड़ी ठुकी, उसमें 4-5 स्टूडेंट्स थे, 4-5 लोग थे। वो उतरे, वो आईटी के थे, इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी के, कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड में काम करते थे, टिमिड से थे, कम हिम्मत वाले थे। उन्होंने कहा सर हमें तो जाने दो ना आप। तो वो कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड की ट्रेनिंग थी, आईटी के लोग थे, वो तो चले गए। वो बच्ची मुझसे जूझती रही। उन्होंने कहा सर आपको पैसे देने, मेरी गाड़ी दोनों तरफ से टूटी हुई है, मेरी गाड़ी दोनों तरफ से टूटी हुई है। उसने कहा मैं पैसे लेके मानूंगी। मैंने कहा चलो ठीक है, कितने पैसे, कितने पैसे? कहती वो मैं आपको भेज दूंगी बाद में। और उसने भेजे भी और के पैसे लिए भी। ये ताकत है लॉ की और लॉ के स्टूडेंट्स की। वो आईटी वाले तो चुपचाप चले गए बिना कुछ किए, लेकिन लॉ वाले ऐसे जाते नहीं है जिनसे पुलिस भी डरती है। तो ऐसे लोगों के सामने बोलते हुए मैं नहीं डरूं, ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है? बहुत अच्छा प्रोफेशन है। एंड दिस चॉइस, नाउ आवर फैकल्टी हैज स्टार्टेड दिस एलुमनाई एसोसिएशन आफ्टर 100 years of its establishment. It's a matter of pride to all of us. This choice of the word Aarambh is deeply symbolic. Aarambh means a beginning with a purpose. Whenever we talk about Faculty of Law, University of Delhi, it comprises Campus Law Center, Law Center 1, Law Center 2, and recently we have started 5-year law program in University of Delhi. The Alumni Association unifies them into an extended family, all 3 centers plus 5-year law program. Now, I am very happy to share that University of Delhi is investing more than 600 crore rupees for the development of infrastructure for Faculty of Law. like another 2 3 years, another 2 years, situation will improve. We are coming up with a campus near Kadkaduma Court in East Campus. That will be the East Campus, University of Delhi, primarily for law students. 15-acre campus, and another is the West Campus of Delhi, where we have land very near to Yashobhumi, practically in front of Yashobhumi, where we are constructing a high-rise building for Faculty of Law. And then after that, this present infrastructure will also be improved. First of all, we should have infrastructure, and then we will have high-rise building in the North Campus also for Faculty of Law. So we are investing huge amount, and I would like to thank Government of India for liberal grants for the improvement of infrastructure of University of Delhi. My dear friends, your stories will inspire, your guidance will shape futures, your presence will remind students that excellence is achievable. And we have good number of students. Your presence will influence, ignite some of the bright minds, those who are here. May Aarambh mark a future of collaboration, a culture of mentorship, a community that stands for justice, excellence, and nation building. Today is not just a gathering of former students, it is a gathering of memories, journeys, and shared belongings. University of Delhi is proud of Faculty of Law. Every great institution flourished because some generations decide to give back more than it received. Nishtha, Dhriti, Satyam, dedication, steadfastness, and truth. University has demonstrated remarkable progress in national and global rankings. I would like to share about the performance of the university, and as alumni of this great institution, you have all rights to know the performance of University of Delhi. In World University ranking, the best ranking, QS World University ranking, Quakerly Simons University of Ranking, University of Delhi is ranked globally 328th place. In India, in university category, we are number 1. Overall, number 7. In South Asian universities, we are number 1. Overall, we are number 8 as per QS World University ranking. In NIRF ranking, we are ranked in university category 5th best institution of our country, which is our best performance after the establishment of University of Delhi. Our colleges are also doing very well, and you all will be very happy to know, in college category, first best 5 colleges of India are Delhi University colleges. First best 5 colleges. First is Hindu, second is Miranda, third is Hansraj, fourth is Karodimal, and fifth is Stephens. After that, 6th we have missed. 7th is again our college, ARSD college. 11th is Venkateshwar. 13th is Deshbandhu. 17th is LSR. 18th is SRCC. 21st is Acharya Narendra Dev. So our colleges are doing extremely well. तो लॉ वाले हैं, पर फिर भी आप भी खुश होइए ना परफॉर्मेंस में यूनिवर्सिटी के. Congratulations. Like, it's a matter of pride. Remarkable performance of our colleges. When it comes to National Assessment and Accreditation Council, which we call it in short NAC, University of Delhi is rated as A++ with score of 3.55, highest possible grade which we have achieved. University of Delhi, now everyone is talking about the research innovation. We are doing reasonably well. When I say reasonably well, in Indian context, we are doing reasonably well, or the best, but worldwide we have to take many steps. One of the parameters which we call H index, which is the research performance of any university. Delhi University H index is 303, highest score by any university of our country. One more thing. Delhi University is primarily not a technical university. primarily because we have all colors. But Delhi University has developed a software which we call ERP for university, how to run a university, all processes of the university, we call it Samarth. This is a real gift of University of Delhi to our country. It's a project supported by the Government of India. Right now, more than 13,350 colleges are using our software, 32 states, 435 districts, including many IITs, NITs. So all transactions first comes to University of Delhi, we process it. So we are providing services. This is like UPI is a gift. Similarly, Samarth is also a gift of University of Delhi to our country. And 2 crore students are registered there. University of Delhi stands tall among India's most respected public universities. Great universities are no longer defined by how they teach, but by how deeply they contribute to knowledge creation and nation building. And we are doing very well in nation building as well as knowledge creation. We want to make it a globally respected research and innovation led public university without losing our inclusive public character. This transition is not automatic. It requires sustained investments, long-term thinking, and a strong ecosystem that protects academic freedom and intellectual risk-taking. Alumni engagement and partnerships are essential to create such ecosystem, and we are very serious to create such ecosystem in all departments of University of Delhi. We seek your participation in shaping the next chapter of University of Delhi. Let us move together from pride of past to responsibility for the future. I would like to thank Dynamic Dean Professor Anjuvali Tikku for taking this initiative for establishment of this Alumni Association, Aarambh for helping University of Delhi. And she has also asked me to identify a place for the construction of Alumni House for the Faculty of Law. We will find a suitable place for the construction of Alumni House. We will take all possible steps, but this is just the beginning. Aarambh, we have to take many steps for improving University of Delhi. As a Vice Chancellor of this great institution, I welcome you all in the initiative of Faculty of Law. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. With your announcement this evening, the Alumni Association is not merely constituted, it is formally anchored within the institutional vision of the University of Delhi, a university which is reaching new heights under your leadership. Your support, sir, affirms that the alumni engagement is not peripheral to the university's mission, it is central to its community and growth. We are deeply grateful for your leadership and for the confidence, sir, that you have placed in this initiative. Every institution carries a legacy, but there comes a moment when the legacy begins to speak for itself. This evening, as we move forward in celebrating this new chapter, we turn to something deeply symbolic, something that gives emotion a voice and belonging a sound. Over the years, countless students have walked through these corridors of the Faculty of Law, University of Delhi. They arrived as learners, they left as advocates, judges, civil servants, scholars, and policymakers. A community becomes complete when it finds expression, when its shared memories, values, and aspirations all come together in one collective note. It is in that spirit that we would now move towards unveiling the Alumni Association's Kulgeet. But before that, I would like to request the Honorable President of the Alumni Association, Honorable Former Justice S. Ravindra Bhatt sir, to kindly give a small token of our gratitude to the composer of this Kulgeet, Gajendra Solanki sir. Kulgeet, not merely a song, but a reflection of identity, not merely a melody, but a remembrance of our roots. This anthem is a tribute to the bond that we all share, और उस पहचान का एक हिस्सा ये संस्थान है. May I now request our esteemed dignitaries to kindly unveil the Alumni Association's full view. I would now like to request each one present here to please stand up for the Alumni Association's full lead.
यत्र सत्यं च धर्मश्च तत्र न्यायो न संशयः अमे अलौकिक विधिक परिसर भव्य विधि संकाय वंदन पूर्व छात्रों का समागम साधना यशिकाय वंदन अमे अलौकिक ज्ञान परिसर भव्य विधि संकाय वंदन लोकतांत्रिक भावना में न्याय धारा का प्रवाह जग समावेशी सुपरिसर मानवीय मूल्य साधक दिव्य विजडम ट्री की छाया का अमर अध्याय वंदन न्याय संगत लोक सेवा की प्रबल अवधारणानम सहयोगी संकल्प सुरभित पथ प्रदर्शक प्रेरणानम न्याय दर्शन से प्रकाशित नीतिगत अभिप्राय वंदन न्यायाधीश कुलपति अधिवक्ता गुरु लोक सेवक देशवासी या प्रवासी राजनेता मार्गदर्शक कर्म क्षेत्रों में सुशोभित हर फलित व्यवसाय वंदन हम सफल सार्थक पथों पर बढ़ रहे नित नित निरंतर राष्ट्र विकसित ध्येय मन में धारणा अभिमत चिरंतर कर्मयोगी चेतना के कर्म का शुभ काय वंदन पूर्व छात्रों का समागम साधना यशिकाय वंदन साधना यशिकाय वंदन
As the melody unfolds, may it gently remind every alumnus present that while journeys evolve, the foundation remains constant. ये रिश्ता समय के साथ बढ़ता है, कमजोर नहीं होता. May this Kulgeet travel wherever alumni step as a quiet yet powerful reminder that they remain forever a part of the enduring spirit of the Faculty of Law. An institution of this stature is sustained not merely by a memory, but by leadership of the highest order. An alumni association draws its strength from credibility of experience and moral authority of those who guide it. It requires individuals whose journeys reflect excellence whose integrity commands respect, and whose association itself inspires great confidence. Their presence in the governing council is not only reassuring, it is defining. It now gives me great pleasure to invite Professor Dr. Anjuvali Tiku, Dean and Head Faculty of Law, and the patron of the Alumni Association, to kindly introduce the esteemed members of the governing council.
Thank you, Abhinandan. May I request all the EC members to please, governing council members to please join us quickly because we do not have time. Please join us quickly. We have 23-member body, governing council, and it is our collective collaborative effort. We have, as we already introduced, sitting, so Justice Ravindra Bhatt हैं, संजय जैन जी हैं, सिद्धार्थ लूथरा हैं, गुंजन गुप्ता हैं, अभय कुमार जी हैं, अनुपम झा साहब हैं, आदर्श जी हैं, जितेंद्र मित्तल है, रोहित शाह, आकाश शुक्ला, रजनीश, प्रोफेसर गुंजन गुप्ता, प्रोफेसर आलोक शर्मा, राहुल यादव, सिंह बिंद्रा, Abhinav Chaudhary, and of course, let me not forget myself, Anju Wali Tiko, within the frame of governing council.
Thank you, ma'am. We extend our warmest congratulations to the newly elected members of the Governing Council. Your willingness to guide this association reflects a continued commitment to the institution that shaped your early years. It is now my privilege to invite to address this gathering a jurist whose clarity of thought and constitutional vision have significantly shaped Indian jurisprudence. Honorable former Justice S. Ravindra Bhatt, sir, who is also the president of the Alumni Association of the Faculty of Law. I invite you, sir, to kindly address this august gathering. Please.
Good evening, Justice Koteshwar Singh, Vice Chancellor Dr. Yogesh Singh, Dr. Vikas Gupta, Shri Abhay Kumar, Professor Anju Wali Tiku, our patron and the Dean Law Faculty, Senior Advocates, Mr. Sanjay Jain and Mr. Siddharth Luthra, Honorable Judges of the Allahabad, Jharkhand, Orissa, Patna and Karnataka High Courts, Senior Advocates, distinguished senior lawyers, members of the faculty, students, my dear students, ladies and gentlemen. It's a momentous occasion for me because I am coming back to this faculty. I stepped out of the faculty as a student who had just graduated in 1982 in July 1982. I have been frequently engaged with the faculty, coming there for many functions and delivering lectures. But each time I come, I always have a trip of nostalgia. And today, seeing this sea of faces, I am really, in one sense, I'm emotional about this experience of having to be the president of the Alumni Association. I will not take much of your time, except to say that the challenges we faced as law students and later as lawyers is completely different from what you face now as law students, and the social challenges that you face, and the further challenges and concerns that are going to hit you in life. And yet, today, as we sit together, there's one commonality. Amongst us, we have an alumni who has graduated very recently in 2025. We have someone who also graduated 50 years back. And I think that is a bond which this Alumni Association is meant to cherish and further. I don't know what providence brought me to lead this association. I was not sure what my role is going to be, but Anjuji's persuasive abilities made me agree, and some of the other members also. I am very fortunate to have them with me. And I promise you this, that we will use our efforts to help students to find internships and devise programs which will be of assistance to you in your journey as students and hopefully even in the future. And we request your cooperation and faith in us in the future. So, with these words, I would again thank all of you and hope that this alumni and the faculty, I wish the faculty all the best. This is the second occasion I've been here in this hall. The first was when the university celebrated its historic centenary, and this fills me with nostalgia being back here when the faculties has inaugurated its alumni association. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Your words remind us that an alumnus is not merely a graduate. They don't merely graduate and move forward. They carry the institution within them. And in doing so, they become not just a former student, but a living embodiment of the faculty's values and discipline. Thank you so much, sir. Before moving on with the program as scheduled, I would like to request all our honorable guests to please take their seats. Uh, we are about to move to the official launch of the logo website and Let's Connect campaign. But I would like to request all the guests on the left side of your auditorium to please take their seats. I'd also like to request all the volunteers to assist and escort our guests to their seats. As the Alumni Association steps into its formal journey, it requires not only goodwill but visible symbols and an accessible platform. So today we formally unveil three pillars that will carry this association forward: its logo, its website, and the Let's Connect campaign. The logo is more than a design, it's a visual reminder of our shared roots, shared values, and shared pride. The website is more than just a digital platform. It's a common address, a space where batches can reconnect and we can celebrate all our achievements. And then there's the Let's Connect campaign that is more than just outreach. It's a momentum. It is a conscious effort to ensure that no alumnus remains disconnected from the institution that once shaped their journey. Together, these three pillars will transform sentiment into structure and structure into sustained engagement. May I now request our esteemed dignitaries to kindly launch the logo, the website, and the Let's Connect campaign. Now, I would like to invite the Secretary of the Alumni Association, Shri Abhay Kumar Sir, to come here on stage and to announce the fellowships that are instituted under the Alumni Association. Please, sir.
Good evening, Chief Justice Koteswar Singh Saab, the Chief Justice, Chief Guest for the evening, President of the Alumni Association, Justice Retired Arvind Bhatt, Professor A.B. Singh, Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University, Anju Balu Tikki ma'am, Tikku ma'am, sorry ma'am, the force behind, who has forced us to come behind and to form this Alumni Association, Sanjay Jain साहब, सिद्धार्थ गुप्ता साहब, विकास गुप्ता साहब, बैठे हुए सारे डिग्निटरीज, लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, मैं ज्यादा समय नहीं लूंगा क्योंकि अभी हमारे चीफ जस्टिस साहब का, आई एम सॉरी आई एम स्पीकिंग इन हिंदी आल्सो समटाइम्स, we have to hear to chief guest for the of evening, and then wonderful interaction over high tea is waiting us. So I will not bore you with my bhasan. I have come here with two different uh, messages for all of us. As they say, votes are lovely, dark and deep, and minds to go before we sleep, and minds to go before we sleep. We have 101-year-old law faculty, and we have produced guarantee of Honorable Chief Justices of India, Honorable Justice, High Court Chief Justices, bureaucracy, politics, governance, corporates, academics, so and so forth. But our law faculty stands where it was. At least I was there 20 last year after 20 years. I did not find any change in the law faculty of this auditorium. So idea is to let's come together, let's forge the bond, and let's make this law faculty great again. I'm not saying let's make America great again, but let's make the law faculty great again. And we will, with our small contributions in whatever we can come forth. And as we know that world over, the academia and academic institutions is what alumni makes. So my idea is for requesting all of us is to contribute. Let's bond together, brand together, and contribute in whatever we can to make this law faculty a great place. And if we do that, with the approval of our president and Alumni Association, we are here to announce slew of the scholarships to make the academic rigor of the law faculty great, to sponsor many of the educational programs, like we will have made it come means fellowship proposed in furtherance of the UGC's objective of promoting equity and inclusive justice, then research publication fellowship, moot court fellowship, national and international conferences participation responsibility we would like to do, legal aid and public interest fellowship we would like to do, and alumni merit fellowship. I am not going into detail of each of them. We will upload these schemes very soon on our website, and we can do this effectively provided we are together, we are bonding together, we are contributing together, and rising for the law faculty. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. In supporting students today via fellowships, our alumni ensure that the legacy of excellence continues tomorrow. It is now my privilege to invite a distinguished jurist whose life and career represent not just legal excellence but a deep commitment to service across diverse regions and institutions of our Republic. Honorable Justice N. Koteshwar Singh, Judge of the Supreme Court of India.
A very good evening to all present here, my esteemed senior colleague, Honorable Justice S.R. Bhatt of the Supreme Court of India, the former judge of the Supreme Court of India, now presently the president of the Alumni Association, respected Professor Jogesh Singh Ji, Vice Chancellor of the University of Delhi, Professor Dr. Anju Wali Tiku Ji, Dean, Faculty of Law, University of Delhi, Dr. Vikas Gupta Ji, Registrar, University of Delhi, Sri Sanjay Jain Ji, Senior Advocate and also Senior Vice President of the Alumni Association, Sri Siddharth Mukherjee Ji, Senior Advocate and also the Vice President of the Alumni Association, Sri Abhay Kumar Ji, Secretary, Alumni Association, all the members of the Executive Council of the Alumni Association, honorable judges from various high courts assembled here, spending their precious moments of enjoying the Saturday being spent in this university, alma mater. I really welcome all the brothers and sisters from various high courts, senior advocates of the Supreme Court, the High Court, and various other high courts, other lawyers, deans, and faculty members of the university, my dear students, and ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a moment of pride for me personally that we have been invited by the Alumni Association to be part of this first inaugural meeting of this association, and of course, a wonderful moment to come back to the university where I spent my 6 years of education. First as a student in Came College during my graduation in Pol Science Honors, thereafter as a student of law in CNC, and about a year in Delhi, various ports of Delhi. So I spent about 7 years. I was thinking what to speak, but of course, before I can speak, I understand this ceremony has really started because I can see very serious discussion going on. Various members of the association already started. Before I speak on this alumni association, obviously, I would like to say a few words of Delhi. As all of you know, I come from a very small state, tucked in the northeast corner of the country, Manipur. Unfortunately, it is going through a traumatic phase, and I pray the good sense will prevail amongst all there so that peace prevails, progress is brought on track. Delhi, when I came in 86, 80, it was already becoming a hub of education. Students from all parts of the country, not only this country, but from various parts of the world, came to Delhi University for their education. Delhi continues to attract students from various parts. The result is that it is a melting point of cultures. Students from various parts bring their ideas, concepts, habits, languages, and mix in this wonderful place called Delhi University. Exchange of ideas, knowing each other, is so much important than mere academic education we were getting. A sense of cosmopolitan culture, which Delhi really represents. Today, there is no place in this city where people from other parts of the country have not made their base. Name any community, name any region, you will find a representative settled in this city. Delhi has been an attraction in the past also. That is why it has remained the capital of the empires. You name it. Somebody tried to shift from Delhi. He came back defeated. So I'm talking history. I'm not going to spend much time on that. The British thought Delhi is too dangerous, prone to invasion. So they shifted for a safer place in Calcutta. The history beyond British Empire also. They settled in Delhi. It continues to be. In fact, when I used to think, why Delhi has to be the capital? Why can't be some sheltered place in India? Delhi is so hot for a person coming from Northeast or from Kashmir or some older hill stations, hill states. Delhi is intolerably hot in summer. We used to wonder why Delhi should be. Well, that's not the agenda of the speech today. We'll have another opportunity to discuss about the rich heritage of Delhi. Apart from the traditional, the heritage, the historical importance of Delhi, as you have seen, Delhi University has carved out a niche in the arena of education. Delhi stands tall not only because it's the capital of India, but some of the greatest institutions are located here, educational institutions. Delhi University is one of them. And I'm indeed fortunate to have obtained my crucial stage of my education in Delhi, opened up my vision, my outlook, my understanding of this great country. Having said that, I was wondering what to say in this today's meeting. Why this alumni? We have alumni, yes, certainly. Why in the Delhi University? Because university is for the students, not for those who have passed out. Then I realized the importance. Today, our legal system faces multifarious challenges. I thought with the formation of this association, this can act as a bridge between the practitioners of law, whether the lawyers, whether the judges, and the students of law, and academicians who are imparting the legal education. For all we know, those who have passed out, that what we have taught in the university is not sufficient to survive as a professional. The practical scheme, the understanding of the world, the understanding of the system, only we were taught the academic, the principles of law. Therefore, I feel that those who are who have achieved great heights amongst us senior advocates are here sitting on the dais of the dais. Their rich experience, the judges, we have spent years in dispensing justice, their experience. Perhaps this association will provide a platform where we can exchange ideas. In fact, as a judge, I used to think why professors are not being appointed as judges. I mean, it's a very sensitive topic. I should not talk much about it. But somebody told me, hey, brother, say, they're good in principles and academics. But what we do in the court is the actual problem. We decide the actual practicals. Just like in the science, it is those who have studied science, you have this academic session in the classroom, then you are taken to practical session again. It's very different from what you are taught in actual practical. Therefore, perhaps they may not be, but I'm not, I wish the induction also from the academic background because see, today, as we see the, if we see the horizon of law, it has expanded so much that the earlier traditional division of law, civil, criminal, commerce, is blurred. Today's law, it can touch any subject, any sphere of any practitioner of law would see that. Siddharth is here, criminal law, Senji also here. When he's dealing with criminal law, he's not dealing only with IPC and the CRP, some penal statutes. He has to be equally competent in company law. Because we see ED, all these cases, PMLAs, then we have to understand how the companies function. Then we realize that there is also element of succession. Therefore, the law of succession becomes important also. Then we realize that the person, the accused, is involved perhaps in not only money laundering but also engaged in certain illegal acts. For example, NDPS. Now, obviously, the kingpin is not going to expose himself. He's going to sit somewhere safe. But then he's collecting, he's ordering, he's managing. How does he do in today's world? To the world of cyber. Therefore, Siddharth Gupta also has to be an expert in cyber. How the cyber acts. Cyber, that's the whole technological law which has been evolving now today. Touching upon cyber law, IPR, artificial intelligence, the whole definition of a person in law, we always, who is an accused? Accused is a person obviously identifiable who can be tried, who can be sentenced, who can be sent to jail. Certain liability can be imposed on the person within court. Who is person? Who is that person? In the age of AI, it is much more becoming difficult to define who is that person. Who is that person who has caused the accident in MSCT when Google is having this AI generated car, whom we are going to put in the dock. Today's world full of challenges. The world of jurisprudence is witnessing a paradigm shift, not only in defining the principles of law, but also how law is applied. These are areas, wonderful researches have been carried out in institutions, in the field of AI, in the field of the whole dignity, this whole concept of dignity. Because when we see the Indian legal system, we were occupied with a liberty, we were occupied equality. Today, in today's world, we are occupied with the dignity of the person. Dignity in terms of privacy, maintaining the privacy. The privacy law, privacy, it has gone huge changes. How do we do that? Therefore, the concept of law itself is going tremendous changes. Unfortunately, the law still runs like a passenger train. Today is the age of jets. Today is the age of Vande Bharats. But the law still travels in a passenger train, stopping in each station, picking up thousands of passengers without tickets. Big challenge. And India is indeed a big. Having come from Manipur, travel to have practiced and had served as a judge in the Guwahati High Court. Then thereafter in Jammu Kashmir, I have seen the complexity of this country. We cannot homogenize. We cannot paint this country with one brush. Huge differences, complexity, they have to be discussed. And obviously, the universities provide the forum for discussion. Judges also discuss, lawyers also discuss, but our parameters of discussion is very different. We discuss only of the actual problem we are facing. We don't go beyond that. Our discussion in the judicial academies, our discussion among the lawyers platform, they are
specific, relevant only to what is being discussed or dealt with in the courts of law. But as I mentioned again, the problem has become so complex, integrated, beyond the normal understanding of the traditional law, where actual researches, actual discussions are taking place in some of the best law colleges. From that context, I thought that the alumni will play a very hugely important role connecting the intellectuals, the students of law, with those practitioners of law. I was very happy to meet the Vice Chancellor of the university, Sri Yogesh Singh. In my 6 years of my studentship in Delhi University, I have seen a number of VCs. They were all these grey haired. I was very, very pleasantly surprised. They were very young, and he also has announced that he's going to contribute to growth of the university. I don't know, sir, much about you, but I just checked up. Google is a big help. I just checked up Yogesh. He is a technocrat. Vice Chancellor Saab. Please don't think law is different. You mentioned that. No, don't take law as a very kind of alien discipline. Law, I say, is just like oxygen. Wherever you go, whether you sleep, whether you run, whether you meditate, whether you are quarreling with somebody else, you are constantly inhaling oxygen, the life force. Law is something, the oxygen of life. Wherever you are, the mechanics, the scientists have to know the law of the land. And they also help not only law of the land, they also help evolving the law of the land. How we prevent misuse of technology. How a lawyer who is not aware of the technical niceties would understand better than a technocrat. Therefore, in today's age of AI, this merger of technology and law is so important. AI can develop only when the legals and technocrats, wizards, they sit together and evolve the solution for the various challenges faced by humanity. To that extent, I'm very happy to learn that VC, who is a technocrat himself, is taking keen interest in the development of the law department. I will not take much of your time. Already sunset time as per my watch. People must be hungry. Students must be willing to go back. Yes, one feels nostalgic. I remember during this time, there will be whole line of youth specialists near this Patel chest. All these Patel chest will be full of youth specials. And one characteristic of youth special is that the students traveling in the youth special, they think it is their property. You have this defense qualities youth special, you have this Kalkazi youth special, then you have this Laspaneda youth special, then all places, Karolba. If I happen to be in that youth special, they will all look at me, who is this stranger? Because youth special is like a home, it's kind of family. They come together morning, they go back in the same evening, building a bondage. I do not know whether the youth special exists here or not. It's still there. They started. Wonderful. And of course, the great DTC pass is still there. 12.5 rupees, I think, 13 rupees. DTC pass. Yellow. 5 रुपए का. Fine. सारे 12 का. And this is also one of the reasons many who are not interested in law but admitted in law faculty. एक तो है one DTC pass. Number 2, UPSC. I got a first dip from KM College in uh, political science honors. So I thought I will get my hostel seat very easily. I got in the first list in the law faculty. So I think I will get my hostel also very easily. Sorry, I couldn't. There are many from science, get 90, 80. To get 60% in political science was very difficult proposition. So I didn't get it. So what I ended up as an illegal guest in Goa Hall. And the first act of illegal act also was committed by me. How? Because obviously in illegal guests we are not entitled to stay there. But thanks to that max fixing, you know in advance what is going to happen. So we used to get this information. We had this intelligence report coming to us, all the illegals. We had our own association, illegal case association. Very powerful, more powerful perhaps than the genuine. We used to get information. आज रात को होने वाला है, रेड होने वाला है. We'll pack up all our things, go away. But of course, beyond that, I did not commit much illegal acts while a student in DU. These are reminiscences. Of course, there will be more occasion to share. I know all of you sitting here would have very interesting stories to say. Let this uh, Alumni Association be a platform story for storytelling. Because in today's world, we don't hear, we don't listen to stories. We are so fixated with our mobile phones. We are fixated. Most of you don't have time to talk to each other, but you have time all the time in this world to see your WhatsApp in the morning and send all the wonderful messages many of us do not want to read. So today's world, in fact, we are undergoing through something what to call as a student of history or political science concept of pre-modernism, modernism, post-modernism. What do we call ourselves today? I am told it is called meta-postmodernism, where nothing is certain. Today, in fact, that's true. Youngsters, they will not accept anything for gospel reason. Thing also. That the urge to question everything. You will never able to convince the youngsters today what is good, what is bad. They will themselves find out. Which is also a sign that we are living. Yes, I think I have spoken more than what I was expected to speak, and also more than what I have been noted at 10 minutes. I remember it is 10, but it has crossed more than that. I would have wonderful opportunities. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. And congratulations for your assembled come spending your time here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Your reflections remind us that the journey of legal education, it doesn't end with a degree, but it continues in service, in purpose, and with the steadfast pursuit of justice. We are grateful for your presence and for the wisdom that you have shared with our community. Thank you, sir. I would like to invite the treasurer of the Alumni Association of the Faculty of Law, Delhi University, Shri Jitendra Singh Mittal, to kindly deliver the vote of thanks.
नमस्कार. जब मुझे इस एसोसिएशन के ऐतिहासिक समारोह में वोट ऑफ थैंक्स की जिम्मेदारी मिली तो सबसे बड़ा सवाल मेरे मन में एक था कि सबसे पहले धन्यवाद दूं किसको, बैच की सीनियरिटी को देखूं या पद की गरिमा को देखूं, और पद की गरिमा को देखूं तो किसको पहले दूं। तो इस सारी उलझन के बीच में एक अंतर्निहित धन्यवाद उस संस्थान के लिए मेरे मन में था जिसने ऐसे विधि मनीषियों को गढ़ा। तो धन्यवाद है फैकल्टी ऑफ लॉ का, जिन्होंने ऐसे ऐसे लोगों को, ऐसे व्यक्तित्व को जन्म दिया। और इसी भावना के साथ आज के मुख्य अतिथि श्री कोटेश्वर सिंह सर, न्यायमूर्ति सर्वोच्च न्यायालय को मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूँ। मैं व्यस्तम समय में से उन्होंने अपना समय निकाला और यहाँ बनाया। साथ ही हमारे अलुमनाई एसोसिएशन के अध्यक्ष जस्टिस रविंद्र भट्ट सर का भी मैं धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूँ। इनकी गरिमा को केवल पद से इस एसोसिएशन में नहीं है, बल्कि अनुभव और दृष्टि
जो हम लोग यूज कर रहे हैं उसका बड़ा मान इस संस्था के अंदर है। अभी मैं धन्यवाद देना चाहूंगा एक ऐसे नेतृत्व का जो इस दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय के मजबूत प्रहरी हैं और जिन्हीं के कारण ये एलुमनाई एसोसिएशन का सपना पूरा हो पाया। ऐसे प्रोफेसर योगेश सिंह कुलपति दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय का मैं दिल से धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूँ। अब धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूँ ऐसे नेतृत्व का, समर्पित लीडर और प्रेरक मार्गदर्शक, जिन्होंने ना कभी अपने स्वास्थ्य के बारे में सोचा, ना अपने समय के बारे में सोचा, बस सोचा तो स्टूडेंट्स का भला। ऐसे हमारे डीन फैकल्टी ऑफ लॉ प्रोफेसर अंजुम वालिटी को मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूँ। मंच पर उपस्थित हमारे बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स के मेंबर संजय लूथरा सर, सिद्धार्थ लूथरा सर, संजय जैन सर और अभय सर का भी मैं दिल से धन्यवाद करना चाहता हूँ। जहां कहीं भी एलुमनाई एसोसिएशन के रिगार्डिंग गया तो सभी से एक ही बात सुनने में आई कि हम उस प्रोफेसर से पढ़े हैं, हम उस प्रोफेसर से पढ़े हैं। तो यहाँ पे जितने प्रोफेसर बैठे हैं मैं सभी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूँ। अपने व्यस्तम समय से आपने सुना लिया। 30 दिन के छोटे से अंतराल में एलुमनाई एसोसिएशन को देश भर में फैलाने के लिए जितने वॉलेंटियर्स कोऑर्डिनेटर्स ने काम किया मैं सबका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूँ। हमारे सभी पूर्व छात्र जो सिटिंग न्यायाधीश हैं, पूर्व न्यायाधीश है, पब्लिक प्रोसिक्यूटर्स है, सिविल जजेस है, सीनियर डेजिग्नेटेड है, ब्यूरोक्रेट्स है, पॉलिटिशियंस है, सभी का तहे दिल से बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। 102 वर्षों का इंतजार बहुत लंबा था, लेकिन आज आरंभ हो रहा है। इस इंतजार को और आरंभ को चंद पंक्तियों में समेटते हुए अपनी वाणी को विराम दूंगा कि नया होकर भी अतीत मुस्कुरा रहा है, तुमको सूचित हो। रुका सा जोश फिर से लहरें उठा रहा है, तुमको सूचित हो। जिसको सुनकर तुमने बोला था कि मौन हो जाओ, आज वो धुन सारा जमाना गा रहा है, तुमको सूचित हो। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आप सभी की।
Thank you, Jitendra sir, for so eloquently expressing our gratitude. As we conclude this historic gathering of the Alumni Association of Faculty of Law, University of Delhi, we carry with us not only memories of this evening, but a strengthened sense of belonging. May I now request everyone present in the hall to kindly rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Tonight, the Alumni Association is not merely inaugurated, it is awakened. May this bond grow deeper, may this network grow stronger, and may this legacy grow brighter. Thank you. Jai Hind.